Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to change the oil on a 2001 Toyota Corolla. They're all the 1.8 liter engines. These are some of the things you're going to need. Obviously the oil, I went with 5W30. I have a little higher mileage, over 100,000, so that's why I got the high mileage. You're going to need, I believe, if you don't change the filter, 3.2 liters. Otherwise it's 3.7 liters of oil. You're also going to need, I always change the oil filter. I get the cheapest one at Walmart. It's a PH 4967. Since I change the oil filter and the oil about every 3,000 miles, I always get the cheaper stuff because it's all good to last for that long. You're also going to need a ratchet set. It's a foreign car, so you need it in metrics. You need an oil pan to catch the oil, and then a funnel there to put the oil in. And I'm a bit of a bigger guy, so I'm going to jack it up using jack stands and a jack so that I can get under there and show you how to do this. Okay, so as you can see, I jacked it up. That's a good spot back there. It gives quite a bit of room up front here for me to crawl under the car. So right here, if you look, here's your front bumper. And just going straight back to right here is your oil pan, and right here is your oil plug. It's a 14mm bolt, and so what you're gonna do is first you gotta break the bolt so that it's loose. There you go, just like that. And what I like to do is see how I have the oil pan right under here to catch it, because it's going to shoot out at an angle. I'm going to loosen this bolt by hand just until it starts to drip and I can see it dripping. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pull this away so that I don't drop the bolt in the oil puddle that's going to start here. So just like that. That way it creates less work to have to clean up. So you're going to let that drain all the way until it's just dripping out. So now that it's dripping like this, I'm just going to clean this area, try and get as much dirt and grit as I can off of this, because it's just it could drip for a day straight. Anyways, once I have that, I'm going to put the plug back in, just screw it on. There's probably a specific torque that you're supposed to torque it to. I could look that up, but I don't know that. I usually just put it on decently tight with the wrench with the 14mm. That's good.
Go.
Alright, so this is the oil filter right here. As you can see, it's right next to the oil pan. Usually these are on hand tight. Alright, so put the oil pan under it, because this is going to get everywhere. This is going to be on hand tight. Unfortunately, you're just going to get oil all over your hand. There's a couple of tools you could use that could catch this a little better, but this is the real cheap way to do it. And there's also oil filter tools to loosen it if it is too tight. But I mean, sometimes if you take it to a dealership or to the idiots at Walmart, they'll put it on way too tight and see how it's dripping out. I'm just going to let it drain a decent amount. Then once it's just kind of dribbling again, I'll take it all the way off. So I took it off, and what you're going to do is just take some paper towels, clean all this. It's going to be dirty. You're going to want to make sure the oil filter comes with a gasket on it. As you can see there. Make sure that it didn't get stuck on the car when you took it off. Okay, so as you're putting on the new filter, after you've cleaned everything, there's this gasket here, and like I said, you want to make sure the old one is still on the old filter. And what you're going to do is take a little bit of oil, just dab it on your finger like that, and just rub it around. That helps it to not stick the next time you pull it off. It makes it go on much easier. So you take the new filter, and you just screw it on right here. Connects. So it might take a little bit of working, but you screw it on there, and you screw it basically until it's hand tight about right there. You'll be able to feel once it starts to get tight. And you're going to go 3/4 of a turn past this with your hand. So you just, basically what I do is I grip it and turn it 1/4 a turn, another 1/4, and then one more 1/4 past that. Just about right there. So that's why it's hand tight. If you use a tool to do it, it'll go on way too tight. So I like to put the jack right on that bolt right there. I'm just showing you me taking it down just so you have an idea of how I put it up, because it's obviously going to be the reverse. So I like to do it right on that bolt there. So obviously you tighten this, make sure that it's tight. I have it right where I want it. And then I'm going to jack it up so I can get the jack stand off. And then this is the part that always freaks me out. You gotta go real careful. You gotta break the seal real easy, but not too fast. So it slowly lets it down. It's gonna creak quite a bit. And now to obviously the most important part, you have to put oil back in it or you will ruin your engine. So this is your oil right here where it's gonna go in. And make sure that you have both the oil filter and your oil plug tight before you put oil in, otherwise it's just going to pour all over the ground. I like to use a funnel. And you need to make sure that this is clean because this is your oil. Oil needs to be extremely clean, so I always pull a paper towel through it, see how there's gunk on the inside, just to get all that gunk out as best as I can. I mean, it's never going to be completely sterile, but you can always make it cleaner, and it should be as clean as you can get it. Put that in there. I'm going to be using 3.7 liters. So if this is, let's see, 4.73 liters, we're going to basically get it all the way down to just 1 liter, because the right side is liters. So what I like to do is put pretty close to 3 liters into it, and then I'm going to start it to get it all flowing through there, and then I'll put the last half a liter to 7.7 liters. So let's get started. All right, so I added about 3 to 3.2 liters. I'm going to cap this, start it, and then I'll add the rest of it so that it's 3.7 liters in there. One time I didn't cap this, and it splashed oil all over here and made quite a mess. So be sure to cap it if you're gonna do that. So I have the 3.7 liters in here. Of course, be sure to cap it when you're done with it. I'll start it and check it, make sure that it's in the proper engine oil level right here with the engine dipstick. Be sure that you put the right amount in there. If you put too little, obviously you can burn up your engine. If you put too much, it can create too much pressure inside of it, and you can blow some gaskets, and then you'll be leaking oil, which is never good. So hopefully this was helpful. I forgot to mention before that the Toyota Corolla actually has lifetime joints. So the like the bearings that you normally would grease and lube on most other, especially American-made cars, are lifetime here, so you never have to do that. So that's it. You know, it's a total cost of maybe $18 to get all the supplies at Walmart, if you have the tools, of course. And if you pay them to do it, it's something like 30 bucks. So I feel like, you know, $15-20 is worth half an hour of my time. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this was helpful. I know it was easy, so hopefully you can do it too.